Hello, survivors. Welcome to the State of Decay 2 stream. I'm your host, Geoffrey Card. We've got kind of a fun stream planned for you today. Veterans Day is coming up this week in the United States, and so we've got some stuff to talk about there. Joe really wanted to have a veteran on the stream as our guest, and you know who we found? We found Brian Menard, who is one of our favorite State of Decay 2 streamers, and also just one of our favorite people. He's much more than a State of Decay 2 streamer. He streams a bunch of stuff. You'll get to know him in a second. And then we're going to be going after the Go Bag Pack, which is the latest bounty pack that's just been re-released this month. So we've got a lot to do, and hopefully, if everything goes well, this is the last you'll see of me, because I'm going to pass this off to Joe Swarner.
All right, hi everybody. I'm Joe Swarner. I'm your driver and host, so I should probably find a place to, sort of stop for a second. But
Joe's playing the game right now. You can't see it. We're going to see his gameplay in a minute.
But yeah, as Geoffrey mentioned, I wanted to do something a little bit special. Since I've been here and I've been on the stream, we've been highlighting veterans on Veterans Day, and I'd like to keep doing that. Veterans have a special place in my heart, partially because my father spent 33 years in the Army, a year and a half in the Navy when he first started out, and so I've got nothing but respect for people who have been in the military, who have served for a lot of different reasons, but that's a big one for me. And so to all the veterans out there in our community, thank you so much. I hope you have a great week. I hope you really have a great Veterans Day and that you get everything that you deserve. But without further ado, here to be our guest and also to maybe talk a little bit about his service is Mr. Brian Menard. Brian?
Hey, thank you, Joe. Again, I appreciate that, man. It means a lot to me, and I know in my community alone, there's so many veterans. Every time I stream, I have hundreds and hundreds of people that come in that serve. So we all appreciate that too, man. It means a lot. But I want to thank you guys for having me over here. Like I told you guys before the stream started, this has always been a dream of mine. You guys have been nice enough to invite me over a couple times and show love to me in the community. So when I tell you this is a dream come true to be over here with you guys, especially something like this Veteran Day stream, it's kind of unbelievable. But thank you again. I really appreciate it.
Well, I think the first time we had you over, you were mostly a State of Decay 2 streamer. You were still kind of getting started. These days, you're the popular person that we're bringing on to class up the joint for us. So
yeah. Definitely a long time ago. I think I had 1,500 subscribers when I first ever streamed with you guys. It was a very long time ago.
So, okay, so I guess we can switch over to gameplay. So, Joe, it looks like you're looking at the Go Bag Pack right now with the Bounty Broker?
Yeah, so, Brian, if you want to go ahead and grab the the Go Bag Pack for the G45 Burst, I'm going to do that one almost right immediately.
Yep.
So we can get some more Plague Cures crafted. But we're going to be doing some Go Bag stuff. And for those of you who might have missed it, or maybe you're not familiar with somehow not familiar with our Bounty Broker and the Bounty System, the Critical Response Pack, which is a popular one, is leaving soon. So you better go get those done before the end of November. But you got the Trifecta Pack, which is always a good time. You've got the Fearsome Footage, which we did last month. And then, of course, we got the Go Bag Puck, that's here for all of November. So, anyway, it's great. It's great fun. It's a fun pack. I really like the Bug Out Bag, too. It's one of my favorites.
That's my favorite piece of gear in the entire game is the Bug Out Bag.
All right, so let's get those. Did you get the G45 one?
Yeah, I got the G45. You got the Bug Out Bag, and what was the third one?
The one that's consumed the gas cans, because that's the one that's going to take the most time.
8 gas cans.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get that one done in the course of a stream, but.
Well, I was when I did this on my own personal stream, I actually just every time I got out of my car, I put another gas can into it. It just topped it up.
But okay, so for me, this would take forever because I don't like wasting gas cans. I'm one of those kinds of people. Like if it doesn't take a full gas can, I don't like putting it in.
No.
So is that why you're driving a muscle car, so you'll run the gas out faster?
No, it's because this paint job is like one of the rarest things in game, and I like to show off a little bit.
I've actually never seen this paint job before, Joe.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh.
I think it's the Silver Ghost. I don't know what Brant called it, but
By the way, I should mention, when you guys were sort of calling out, all the veterans that are in Brian's community and everywhere, we had a bunch of folks in the chat sort of call themselves out as veterans, including Andy Pims, Side Chat the Gray, scanning down here, MRD Gaming, a bunch of folks are sort of sharing their service, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, you're in the driver's seat there, Brian. Did you take
Oh,
us to the
definitely.
hospital?
Yeah, we don't want that to happen. No.
No breaks, Brian Menard.
That's not going to happen today.
All right.
So yeah, in honor of watching Brian play State of Decay 2, we actually have a nickname in the game. If your last name is Menard, if your character's last name is Menard, they've got a chance of getting the nickname No Breaks.
No breaks.
Because you believe in stopping using the laws of physics to help you stop your car.
Yeah. Why waste brake pads when you can use walls?
It is kind of an interesting artifact of the way we tuned this game, because we really wanted hitting zombies to be the thing you thought carefully about. So hitting zombies destroys your car really rapidly. Hitting walls does almost nothing. You just ram your car into a wall as hard as you want, and it just does not matter.
I forget. I think I've got another one already.
Joe, yeah, I forgot to ask you, because this is your forever community, right?
Yeah.
This is the big one?
This is the big one.
You got an SVD?
Do I have
Dragunov?
Do I have a Dragunov? Probably not.
Yeah. Because I don't think they exist, and I still have not been able to find one.
It took me forever to find an FAL, but we're not in Trumbull Valley, which I think is where both of those guns I think are exclusive to Trumbull Valley. And since both of us I know play lethal quite frequently, that means it's going to be even more difficult to find.
By the way, Joe, I admire your discipline with keep storing all of your guns unloaded. Like your adherence to gun safety is really admirable.
It's more about, it's really easy if I left them loaded, it would be really hard to find the ones that get randomly found by my community and shoved in my locker. So what it does for me is it actually allows me to find those ones and break them down faster. You just got to find the one that isn't a 0.
See, I do it to keep track of my ammo, because it's hard to tell like how much of what caliber I have if it's just spread around a bunch of guns.
Yeah.
So I can, if I know all my guns are empty and I'm like, how much 9mm do I have? I can just go and I see, okay, I got 300 9mm, instead of having to go, well, I got this gun that has 10, I have this gun that has 15, I have this gun that has 3. I just can see my full count and have a good idea of what caliber I need.
Oh, the other thing is this vehicle is for zombie killing. Not that I knew that we were going to be doing that, but here I am driving around and avoiding hitting the zombies like a dope. All right, here we go.
By the way, Brian has definitely got at least one fan in the chat. Somebody's really excited about the Brian Menard. Their name is Crystal Menard.
Yeah, I don't know why she'd be a fan.
Yeah, she. I'm surprised she even came.
Yeah.
No, she's my rock. She's the reason why I'm here.
All right, so we have to kill 3 plague hearts. I don't think I have any that are awake. So we could pretty much go and kill them willy-nilly. Which ones do you want to kill, Brian?
It doesn't matter. Whatever one's there's one right up here down the road.
As long as we eventually see you guys fight those hostiles.
Which hostiles?
There's some hostiles on the map.
Were they?
Yeah, right around the corner.
Trying very hard not to pay attention to them.
I like that live and let live attitude. Not getting into a fight you don't have to.
Well, it's more that I know that the mission system will eventually kill them. So, all right, we have to kill this with melee weapons.
Which lethal is actually the best way to do it anyway.
Well, it depends on which one depends on which melee weapons. I currently have an axe.
Yeah,
so
I have a really crappy one too, so.
Yeah, so I'm kind of dependent on Brian here to, I'm going to try to keep him safe while he whacks the crap out of that. Oh, he's got a blade as well. Yeah, I might as well get in there.
Yours actually has more impact on it.
The high angle rescue hatchet, which is from the critical response pack that is going to be out of circulation come December.
Well,
I'm seeing some great teamwork here, by the way. Like one of you wailing on the heart while the other one is just high angle rescue hatcheting all the zombies.
did you just 50 cal that thing to the face?
No, but I think something might have changed about burst fire.
Yeah, you one-shot it. How did you do that? What gun is that?
It's the one from it's the M4 from the critical response pack. So the SWAT M4 or whatever it is.
You just discovered the meta.
Yeah. I wonder if somebody finally fixed it. Either that or you had already taken out 2 of them.
I didn't even hit it.
You didn't?
No, that was all you.
Well then, we've found bugs before on stream.
That's not a bug. That's a feature.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, who's
Don't kill it. Don't kill it.
Oh, the fire shouldn't.
It frequently does.
There we go.
There we go. Killing the plague heart has wakened another. Oh man, if only we had a reason to go out and kill more plague hearts. Oh wait, we do.
I need to do some OBS surgery here real quick because I accidentally set it up so that when I look at Brian's gameplay, there's no audio, and that's not good. Okay, I think we're all right now.
So, you know, I had mentioned that my father spent a long time in service. And then you and I had been talking before the stream. You said you spent 13 years in the service, some of that Army, some of that Marines.
Yeah. Yeah, I can give you guys a quick breakdown. My community knows pretty intently of my military service, but I've never really, I don't think we've ever spoke about it, me and anybody on the team. Yeah, I served for 13 years. I joined back in 2006 during the surge, and I joined the Marine Corps right off the bat, and it was a dream of mine. I did ROTC and stuff like that as a kid, so the military was like a huge deal for me, and I ended up going and joining the Marines back in 2006, and I did my first deployment to Iraq in 2008 as an infantryman, and then I came back for a few months. I waived my dwell time, which is it's pretty much the protection that allows you to not get BAM deployed by the government. So when you deploy, you get what's called dwell, which means you can't deploy for at least twice the amount of time that you were deployed for. And I wanted to deploy, so I waived mine, and I went to Afghanistan and I finished out the rest of my time in the Marines, and then I got out for about 8 months. I had a break in service, and then I ended up going back in, and I joined the Army. Hold on, I'm getting my butt kicked by this feral.
Yeah, I saw.
And ended up going into. I ended up going to Afghanistan again in 2013. So I got 3 tours under my belt, and 13 years altogether. But I ended up getting blown up when I was in Afghanistan, not once but twice. So I suffered a pretty bad TBI. Took some shrapnel on my leg, and now I got medically, I guess you could say retired, but I didn't actually take a retirement. I just got medically disabled, and I couldn't finish out my full 20 years. But it's all good. The government takes care of me.
I don't actually know what a TBI is.
That's a traumatic
brain injury. Yeah, when I got blown up, it knocked me unconscious and shook my brain pretty good. So I forget things quite often. Sometimes I'll be in the middle of talking and will absolutely just forget what I'm even talking about.
I don't know that you need to have a TBI for that. I think it's just called getting older. Yeah.
I mean, that happens to me, but I was also dropped on my head as a child, so.
Yeah, and I think that's another one of those things that people just, people don't realize a lot about our service members is like every day you're out there, it's a different thing, but your body's always on the line.
Yeah.
Are you injured or you need?
Yeah, I just need a first aid kit because I don't have any. I didn't bring any heals for whatever reason.
Okay.
I brought energy drinks, but no heals.
Same. So let's go back and get you some first aid kits. I should have loaded up.
Lights, Joe, lights.
Lights? Okay.
But yeah, I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, which was a great. So I watched Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, and I had this obsession with Japan as a kid. So the second I joined the Marine Corps and found out they had a duty station in Japan, I signed right up for it. And it was a dream of mine to go to Japan. I was stationed there for a while, but I also ended up in a very high tempo deployed unit, so that's why I ended up in combat so much. But it was what I wanted until I got it, and then you play a lot of games as a kid, and you dream about fighting in wars because you think it's going to be like the video games, and then you actually get there and you're like, oh wait, this is not what I signed up for.
Not at all like what you get in war. Yeah.
Yeah. So but it is what it is. I had a good time. I met best time of my life. I met a lot of good people. Served with a lot of real life heroes, like guys that I don't hold a candle to, but.
So we got a bunch of folks in the chat who are telling us that you got a lighter story.
Oh, jeez, we're gonna have to stop. We're gonna have to pause for that, Joe. I can't tell that.
Okay, well, you know what? Maybe people need to go and follow you on your channel if they want to hear the lighter story. We'll
ask a little bit later.
Yeah, we could save that for later on in the stream. We'll get to these play cards done, and I'll tell the lighter story. It's pretty impressive. I think you'll enjoy it, Joe and Geoffrey. I think you guys will get a kick out of it. Have you ever heard a genuine war story?
I mean, I think so, but not from you.
Yeah, well,
most of the people that I know that went to war, like my dad, he served in Vietnam, but that was in his Navy years, and really, the only thing he had to say was like, I was on a repair ship. I didn't really do much.
Yeah, like both my grandfathers went to World War II, but they went as Navy photographers, and they weren't in combat, and so like a lot of the war stories people hear growing up with with veterans who were in combat, I didn't get the same kind of exposure.
Oh no, yeah, I was in a reconnaissance battalion, so I was front lines. I did the real stuff, but not no I wasn't no Navy SEAL Special Forces or anything like that. But I had a good time. But yeah, the lighter story is it's pretty good. Let's get this. We'll get this plague heart. How many more we got killed?
We got one more. We got one more plague heart, and then I've got to remember to run over 2 zombies on our way there.
All right, too easy. Let me see. So this mare's life.
Also, I would like to point out at that last plague heart, we had at least 4 ferals, and I killed 0 of them.
So, yeah, that's why I got beat up. I was sitting there trying to be a tough guy.
I did catch one of your feral kills, Brian. I think I need to pay a little bit more attention to both the gameplay screens here.
I think I should have called it out, Geoffrey. That's my bad too.
Yeah, I'm better prepared this time.
Okay. Because all I'm bringing is a plague cure, so I hope you're ready to take on all the ferals again. All right, we're gonna take the one that's down here in South Santa Maya. I like cleaning out this part of town.
This is one of my favorite maps. Back when SOD 2 first dropped, Drucker County for some reason caught so much hate, and I think it's just because people didn't like the fact that you couldn't drive from point A to point B as the crow flies.
Yeah.
Which I don't do that anyways, because most of the time you end up driving into a mountain and you spend more time trying to figure out how to get over the terrain. So it's just like stick to the roads and you'll get there faster.
Well, and Drucker County has always been my favorite. Maybe partly because everybody put so much hate on it. But I don't know. It's always had a. Oh, I actually got attacked. What are you doing? Okay. Well, look at you with a heavy weapon.
Oh yeah, I went all out.
Now we're ready. These plague hearts have 0 chains. Whee! Ow. Ow. Okay.
No, we got a juggernaut. He can't get in here though, so we're good.
Right, but for those of you who don't know, it's lethal. He'll still be there when we get out.
All right, there's a feral on this side. There he is.
I leave you to it. All right. Where did my pills go? There they go.
That guy did not want to die.
Well, that's the other great thing about that car is just bring a feral to it, and the car will kill the feral for you.
Yeah, on my own stream, last week. I was being chased by a pack of ferals. I climbed up on an impaler, and they just
Loader.
all three suicided at once.
Good comms. Doot. There we go. All right. Let's go get in the car. Let's get out of here. Close the door.
Got it.
Zombies don't know how to figure out doors, so you're in the driver's seat again.
Oh no, yeah, Jeff, we can't do that, especially if you want this car to.
I mean, I can always rescue the car. That's not a problem.
But you know how like you guys have spent all that time, like making it so hard to not get cars stuck.
Right.
I've been spending just as much time figuring out how to get the car stuck. So.
How to get them stuck? Oh, that's not hard. Just wait for a juggernaut to like slam you up against the wall or something. You know.
I had a juggernaut throw a car at me the other day. It was great.
Oh man.
Like, have you ever got a car stuck? You used the unstuck command and then teleported into being stuck again?
That I don't think I've ever done. I gotta say. That's a new one.
Oh, good stuff.
Gotta be careful not to run over Brian Menard. Yes. Anyone else? Fair game. But not you. Alright, let's talk about bounties. Okay, we got a go bag thing. Oh, we've got the Trailblazer S2K. Oh, no. Give me that back. Okay, so...
The Trailblazer is like one of the most accurate guns in the game. I don't know if you guys did that intentionally. It's pinpoint.
Yeah, I think when we first had that come out, we were looking for mostly being accurate.
So, Joe,
yeah.
All Down Go Boom has to know, where did you get that car? How do you get that car? How can he get that car?
So there's this thing called the Auto Shop, and in said Auto Shop, oh wait, oh no, you're gonna be in the driver's seat again.
No.
In said Auto Shop, you can create these vehicle upgrade kits. Yes. And one's for heavy, one's for medium, one's for light. I think this one's medium, and you have to find a specific car called a Legender. I don't know how do you say it?
Legendre?
Legendre?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just call it the Legionnaire.
Yeah.
Legionnaire, that works.
Legendary. That's what we'll call it.
Legendre. It's probably Legendre.
Anyway, when it's black, I call it the supernatural car or baby.
Exactly.
Yeah. However, once you apply it, it just kind of randomly gives you a paint job. And this was the one that I randomly got for this car. And I was like, okay, this is super rare. I showed it to Brant, and he's like, yeah, that's really, really hard to come by. So I kept it. All right, we're going to put the bug out bag on, even though I had the Red Talon Elite pack. Let's see. The Trailblazer, we'll hang on to that for a second. Yes, I know. I need you to lay down. Come here.
All right, there we go. All right, so what's the goal now, Joe?
Well, the next goal is to blow stuff up.
175 zombies with explosives.
Yeah, we're gonna need a few dozen grenades.
I think I have this grenade launcher that it's been burning a hole in my pocket.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah, the BML 40.
Oh.
I've never had a reason to use it.
Oh, well then here. Why don't we just both go big or go home, right?
Well, actually, there's a problem with that, Joe.
What's that?
I don't got any grenades.
You don't have any grenades?
I don't have any ammo for it.
Oh, well, let me solve that problem for you.
You got any 40 millimeter?
Do I have any 40 millimeter? Here.
Oh, jeez.
Have some.
By the way, La Collision says that his reason why he loves the Trailblazer is because he likes to travel light, and the Trailblazer is the lightest gun of its class.
It is very light. We got some crossbow stuff. Did I pick that one up? I don't know. I don't think so. But now I have to go through my god-awful collection. This is
Yeah,
This is my collector community as well. So like I have so many weapons. There we go. That's the one.
All that prep I did to get ready for this stream, and Joe, he still was able to catch me off guard with the grenade. The one thing I didn't craft.
Yeah, all that work, all that preparation.
all that prep, and I wasn't ready.
All of it. All 20 minutes.
All right, but I'm good now. Now we're gonna do this.
I'm kidding. Wait a minute. So now we got to go out and we've got to create some noise. We've got to attract some zombies.
So you could just go after another plague heart if you wanted to.
Yeah. Do I have an assault? Neither of us has an assault weapon, so.
I did have one, but I just put it up for this awesome grenade launcher that I've never got to use.
Yeah. Well, let's go blow up some zombies.
So this is the one. When I tried to do this bounty pack as a challenge on my own stream, this is the one that I did not get, and I'm really interested in seeing how you guys sort of maximize the output of your explosives to try to get 175 kills, because that is a lot.
Oh, you just gotta dodge spam, Geoffrey. Get them all hoarded up, dodge spam. Get them bunched up tight, and then start blasting them.
Here's plan one, or at least. Why don't you go up that ladder over there, Brian?
Okay.
I'm gonna try to bring them into the center here in the town square.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a special weapons crate up here for me.
Yeah.
Oh wow, and it actually had a Kodiak XL in it, and two 40mm grenades.
There you go. See, had some magic ammo for you. All right, am I attracting enough zombies? Are we killing them?
Yeah. Oh yes.
I think the difficult part with this one is killing them with the explosives, because like explosives tend to like knock off their legs and stuff, but they don't really like kill the head, which is what you have to do. You know? Oh no! Oh, I missed it. I don't know how I missed it.
Yeah, this is quite satisfying actually. I've played this. I got about 6,000 hours in this game, and this is how it should be played.
Right? Get together with some friends, bring some zombies to the center of the road. You know, fun stuff.
I'm gonna fall off this roof.
All right, I'm coming to get you, because I think we've pretty much farmed out this spot.
Oh, careful.
All right, here we go. Let's see, where else can we go? Well, pretty much anywhere, really. See, this is probably one of my favorite things about Drucker County is you may not have the roads, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a way to go.
Well, especially since Dan Mode retuned the vehicles. I think
Right.
before he did that, this would be much, much harder.
Oh, I did this. I did this all the time in the Trail Beast. Loved it. I always loved those off-road vehicles. You were gonna say something, Brian? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say that before the changes, you couldn't drive up the hills or anything unless you were in the Jeep.
And maybe that's why this is one of my favorite maps, was because of the fact that I loved that Jeep so much. Who knows? All right, so we're gonna go back up here to one of the best spots in the universe.
Yeah, Geoffrey's over here playing musical screens. He's really good at what he does. I tell Geoffrey all the time, like I go over and I see his streams and stuff like that, and then I watch like the quality of everything that you guys got going on here, and it's just it's envy for days. I'm like, man, how did you get so good? The thumbnails, everything. You guys are so good.
Yeah.
Well,
Geoffrey puts in a lot of work. That's the secret. And he's, this is clearly like a passion of his, so, he loves it.
Well, I think that is really high praise, Brian, because, okay, there's one thing that Brian does that I am just absolutely terrible at, is Brian is good at reading the chat while he's playing a game, which I absolutely find impossible. The main reason I don't have my face on the screen and I'm not playing the game right now is so that I can practice reading the chat, and I'm still failing. So, I should be feeding you guys way more questions than I am. I'm just really, really bad at it. But yeah, so Brian's great at that, and I mean your thumbnail game. I think you're not giving yourself enough credit. Your stuff looks like, oh wow, there's going to be a professional behind this picture. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
your stuff is really good.
I got to get better with the text. Like putting text on thumbnails is one of the hardest things without it looking, because it's real easy for it to look kind of childish and like you did it in Paint.
Oh yeah, it is. It is really easy. If you look at some of my older thumbnails back when I was brand new at it, they are absolute garbage, typographic nonsense. By the way,
Yeah, that's.
oh yeah, go ahead. I was just gonna say, throwing your URL up on the screen. If anybody doesn't know about your channel and wants to come and check it out, this is where you go. It's youtube.com/Brian Menard. Anyway, Brian.
Oh no, I was gonna say I used to. That was one of my things. Is for some reason when I first started doing YouTube, I thought I had to put all the information that I was doing on the thumbnail. Like it was just a paragraph of words and description of what all on the thumbnail. And I don't know. I just thought that's what I needed to do. And I look back at those and I'm like, oh my god, what was I doing? This is terrible.
You hadn't figured out clickbait yet, like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Now sometimes sometimes I'll intentionally put text on a thumbnail that isn't even true. And it's like the first word of the description is "that's a lie."
Right.
But the point is to get people's attention, to catch their eye, right?
Yeah, it's exactly.
I feel like with State of Decay, you should just be like, the developers just don't want you to know this one weird trick. Click here to find out more.
Yeah.
I think I need to
See,
say
but
more-
you gotta be careful with clickbait, because there's like socially acceptable clickbait which people won't get mad at you for.
Right.
But then if you like you see a lot of it, especially you guys probably see it all the time with like things like State of Decay 3. I can't even tell you how much clickbait there is for that, and I don't mess with it because it's just people get upset. You know what I mean, when they click on it and then there's no information and it's just you trying to farm views and clicks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's where people will get really upset, and then they'll have no faith in your uploads that might actually be true, because you've just spammed them with clickbait for years, and then when the information does start dropping, people don't want to hear it, because like, dude, you've been feeding me clickbait for like 2 years. Like, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, when I talk about having lies in my clickbait, all I'm talking about is things like
Yep.
I don't know, did something terrible happen? Did I lose this character? And the answer is no, I did not lose that character. But
Over exaggeration is perfectly okay.
All right, so let's go in here and hit this heart.
Yeah, that would definitely get things going.
Let's get some zombies in here. All right. It's awake.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Now we got some zombies a coming.
Forgot she had Powerhouse this whole time.
Ow! Don't shoot yourself. Rule number 1 in grenade school, right?
It's like they know that we have grenades, because
Yeah, they're just like, we
ones
got,
and twos.
must close the distance. It's like when you're trying to do that, the mission with the red Talon person, and that they're that it's the one that has the gas launcher.
ooh.
oh,
All right, I am officially out of those. I need to hit a. Oh, there's a feral.
yeah, I'm slowing them down so I can shoot them with this gun.
John Von Zombie suggests that we're not even making a State of Decay 3. We're just we're going straight to State of Decay 4. We're following the coffee stain model of going from Goat Simulator 1 to Goat Simulator 3.
It works.
All right, where's the closest? Oh, there's one just right up the road. All right,
How long have you been on this map?
How long have I been on this map?
Yeah.
Not long. A couple days.
Do you just refresh it, or do you move from map to map?
It depends. I'll frequently go to Trumbull Valley instead of being here, but I often just come back to Drucker. I really love it here. All right. Let's get more grenades. Do you need more grenades?
Let me see here. Yeah, I actually might. All right, so I'm in a comfort zone, and I think it's time. Now, Geoffrey, Joe, there's one stipulation to this story. All right.
Okay.
And it's you guys can't laugh.
I can't laugh.
Yeah, you can't laugh. Chat, you can't laugh.
Okay. I'm not a guarantee.
All right.
I'll do what I can.
Because we can see your face, Joe, and I'll watch this. I'll watch this back, and I'm gonna look for that little crack of a smile.
I'm already laughing. You're already sabotaging me. This is like yawning in front of me.
Like I'm already laughing, and you haven't even started the story, man. Like
no, listen, it's because it's the real deal. All right, like you'll understand. All right, so we'll start the story like this. I was deployed in Iraq, 2008, midsummer. I was about halfway through my deployment, and 18-year-old Brian Menard, Marine Corps infantry, good time. And at this point, my deployment, we had already seen our fair share of combat. We had a sniper in our AO who was actually picking. We lost 3 Marines in the area that we were operating in to a sniper. So we were taking constant fire from this guy, and we were just the 2 weeks that this happened in was a pretty interesting 2 weeks combat-wise. Like we were just getting hit consistently, and it was a bad time for the deployment. And we went out on a mounted patrol. It was supposed to be just an easy, around the corner type of deal. When I say around the corner, it's really like we might do like 12, 13 clicks, and we drive real slow. We kind of just it's like a show of force, like we just kind of like a presence thing. And we were just driving around a couple of our known towns. So we're going down MSR Mobile, really, really, really big highway in Iraq. And we're rolling, and boom, tire goes flat. So we're stuck on the side of the road. We don't have a spare on the back of our truck. I'm in a Humvee. I don't have a gun truck. Like it's just me and the driver. And we're sitting in the truck, and it was our truck that had the flat tire. So we ended up pulling over to the side of the road. We're all in a line. We had to call in a mechanic team to come out and fix our tire because obviously we can't drive. So we're sitting there, and when I tell you guys, it was probably the hottest day of my whole deployment. It was insanely hot outside. And of course this zombie's gonna try to get me. And my truck didn't have AC. So we're sitting there, we're sweating, we're dying, we're waiting for this truck to come. I'm sitting there talking to my buddy Weavers. I'm like smoking a cigarette. At the time I used to smoke back then. And we're just sitting there staring out into the field, just bored out of our minds, waiting for this truck to show up. So I sit there, I put my lighter down on the little vent or whatnot. We're sitting there talking and whatnot. And all of a sudden we see these guys probably about 400 meters out across this big field in this building, and I'm like, man, they're moving around a little weird, don't you think? And he's like, yeah. So we're just watching them, and at this point, my windshield, it's hard to explain, but the windshield had already been shot quite a few times by the bullet. So when the bulletproof glass gets hit, it like gets this weird like indent look to it. So it's really, really hard to see out your windshields, and they only replace driver side windshields. That's the only priority. So the driver can see, but when you're the passenger, it's not a priority for them. So my windshield was already pretty shot up, and I couldn't see out of it. So we're sitting there, we're watching these guys, we're watching them, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know if you've ever been shot at, but all of a sudden it's hard to explain. Like I just had this pressure, like this pop in front of my face, and it was like the glass from the windshield flew and hit me in the face, and I'm like, oh my god, like this bulletproof glass just got penetrated by a bullet. Like that's like, it's crazy. Now it does happen if the glass gets hit too much, it loses its integrity and the bullets will start coming through. So I'm like, oh my god, like a bullet just came through. I kind of closed my eyes, and I'm wearing all this gear, so I can't move anywhere. So I'm like, all right, high caliber sniper rifle being shot at me right now. I'm stuck in this little seat. What do? I got out the truck, you know what I mean? Because I'm on the opposite side of where the ground came from. So I get out, I get on the side of the vehicle, I'm standing there, or I'm like hunched down up against the wheel well, and my buddy Weavers, he's in the truck like trying to lay down as much as he can. I'm like, do you see where it came from? Do you see where it came from? He's like, nah, dude, I don't know where it came from. I didn't see it. So we're sitting there, we're waiting, and I'm nervous as hell because I'm outside of an armored vehicle now, sniper possibly in the area. and we don't know where the shot came from. So my squad leader like sees us in the front, like hunched down. So he gets out the truck. He comes like bounding to me, like going vehicle to vehicle, and he makes his way over to me, and he's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "We took contact. We took fire. Sniper. Probably. The only buildings we can see are, the buildings up to our left side." And he's like, "All right, we'll radio it in." So they radio up to battalion, and they're like, "Hey, troops in contact. We're taking fire from a sniper." And the one thing the American military does not mess around with is snipers. Like, they'll call in helicopters, they'll call in all that stuff for support because a sniper threat is a pretty big deal. So they radioed in, tried to, told the battalion what was happening. And my squad leader looks into the truck. He's like, "All right, where did the bullet hit?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And we're looking at the window and we don't see anything. So he's like, "All right, wait." I was like, "I don't know, mate," because the glass is already so messed up, it's hard to tell. But now I'm looking at the glass, I'm squinting, I'm like, I don't see anything. There really, I don't know. And he's like, "Well, maybe hit on the edge here." And I'm like, "No, like the glass came in." And all of a sudden, once the adrenaline started going down, I'm looking around and I'm like, "No, there's nothing there." Like, was I hallucinating? Like, and we just like, "No, something happened." So we're looking around and guys, there's nothing. So this moment we realized, okay, we just radioed up to battalion that we took contact from a sniper. They're mobilizing, potential helicopters and all. So we got to stop that stuff really, really quick. So we radio up, "Hey, false alarm. We don't know what's going on." We'll radio back. So I'm sitting there feeling like an idiot. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I looked up at the gunner. The gunner's just sitting there with his arm crossed, like not a care in the world. So I'm like, "Man, what is going on?" I'm really, really confused at this point. I'm like, something hit my face, something hit my window. And I literally felt like I was losing my mind at this point. So I get back in the truck. I'm really, really embarrassed at this point. And I'm looking around, and sure enough, there's just nothing, guys. There's no glass anywhere. There's no impact. And I'm like, "Oh man," so a few minutes pass, I spook my LT. He's like, "Just drive on the flat. We'll just drive back to base on the flat tire. Don't worry about it." We ended up bending the rim to crap. But as we're driving back, I'm like, I felt like such an idiot. I'm looking around, I'm like, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. So I put the cigarette in my mouth, I'm like, "Where's my lighter?" I'm checking my armor, I'm checking my pockets. I'm like, "Where the hell's my lighter?" It's nowhere to be found. What ended up happening was, it was so hot out that day, I had put it up on the vent, and the bulletproof glass acts as like a magnifying glass. So when I put the lighter up on the vent, it heated up and it popped in my face. And now it was an enclosed vehicle, so there's a lot of pressure, like, you can't really hear. It magnifies the sound, so when it popped, it popped. And yeah, I got hit in the face with the plastic from the lighter. And I ended up calling in in a legit combat situation. We called in a sniper because my lighter popped in my face. It was a pretty big deal, actually. When I got back, they had an award ceremony about 2 weeks later, and my battalion sergeant major, everybody standing in formation, and he's like, "Where's the idiot that got shot at by a lighter?" I'm like, "Oh my God." So I'm here, Sergeant Major. He's like, "Get up here." So I run up there. I'm standing in, parade rest. And, "To all who shall see these presents, greeting." No, and they literally did a full-blown award ceremony, and they gave me a ribbon, a legitimate ribbon with a Bic lighter glued to it. And
that's the best.
They made me wear it on my armor. I wish I kept it. I ended up losing it before I even came back. But yeah, I got.
Now, why are we not allowed to laugh at that again? Is it because the sergeant major hears it every time and he's like, "I didn't mean that as a joke"?
No, yeah, I mean, it was quite an embarrassing thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I a lot of the guys I served with still to this day, they're like, "Oh man, you remember when your lighter blew up in your face and you thought you got shot at by a sniper?" And I'm like, "Oh guys, we're gonna bring this up again?" Like, it's probably one of the most embarrassing things that ever happened to me. But
well, you never get teased for the things that you want that make you look good,
oh no, never.
Yeah. So but at least you've got a lighter story. That's pretty funny.
It's pretty bad. I got a lot of vets in my community. They'll still bring it up, but yeah, it's just one of those things. But I think it's okay because I've been shot at by real snipers plenty of times.
Right.
So the one time I got it wrong, I got it right more times than I didn't. So
Yeah, and hey, wounded pride, way better than the other kinds of wounds.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd rather get shot at by a lighter than a sniper any day. So.
But
Airy Twitch says, "Never smoke cigarettes, kids."
Never.
This is why you should never smoke.
Yeah. New trades confirmed. Shot
Shot by a lighter. Yeah.
Shot at by a lighter. That should. Could you imagine that being one of the stories that one of your followers tell you when they're following you around? They tell you little silly stories.
Oh yeah, no, it's got to be now.
Yeah, we should have. See if I'd known that, like, we could have had that. We should have had that. Yeah.
I gotta clip that into its own video, send it to our narrative director, see where it goes.
Yeah. And we'll call the trait that triggers it has a lighter story.
Has a lighter story.
Or always looks on the lighter side of life.
Oh, jeez, there it is.
Oh. Did I really? Yes,
Joe bringing in his dad cred.
Well,
The military definitely is hilarious, guys. When I tell you, like, I told another story, like in the American military especially, they just do some ridiculous stuff, and that's kind of like a known thing among service members. It's just the ridiculousness sometimes of the things they make you do, like standing. Like, I was stationed at Fort Drum, New York. Gets blistering cold, like negative degrees. And they'll have you standing out there just because they want you in uniformity. They'll have you standing out there. Everybody has to wear shorts and no beanies and no gloves because it's an award ceremony. Like the attire you wear just doesn't make sense. And I tell this story too. Same deployment. We were stationed at a little outpost, and the thing is the bathrooms are really, really far away. There's like regulations on how close they can have the bathrooms to where the sleeping quarters and stuff like that are. So generally at night, you're drinking a lot of water, and you got to use the bathroom quite a bit. Farrell just isn't gonna die. And the crappy thing is waking up in the middle of the night and having to go and use the bathroom. You got to walk super far. You got to get dressed and all this. So guys get tired. They don't want to do it. So what they do is they end up peeing in bottles. It happens. And you get all these pee bottles, and what guys were doing is they were peeing the bottles and they were throwing them over the HESCO, like over the I guess you could say the fence to the base, and they're throwing them outside. And over months and months and months of this happening, our Sergeant Major came and visited us, and nobody paid any mind to it. And Sergeant Major flew in on a helicopter. He lands at the LZ, flies over this area full of pee bottles that we couldn't see, and he comes in and he calls a formation. And we're like, what's going on? This has to be a pretty big deal for a Sergeant Major to call a formation. And he was so upset because of all the pee bottles. And then, so what he did is he made us, because it's a combat zone, we had to get in full kit, literally full kit, condition 1, which means, magazine ready for combat because we're going outside the wire. And we had to go outside with trash bags and pick up thousands of pee bottles. Thousands of pee bottles. We were out there for about 6 hours, police calling pee bottles. And it was the grossest thing ever. And then after that, nobody threw the pee bottles over the fence anymore. But then they started peeing in our mortar bunkers because they didn't want to walk over to the bathroom. So you had guys that were peeing in our. When we take mortars, the enemy starts shooting at us with IDF. You have to get inside these bunkers for protection, and guys were peeing in those. So you'd be huddled down, bombs going off all around you, and all you could smell is just pee. It was god awful. But yeah, I was in the middle of a combat zone. I was picking up pee bottles for 6 hours.
Wow, see, the old Boy Scouts motto, right? You gotta, or not the motto, but you gotta leave the place better than you found it, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, they don't mess around with that. So it's stupid stuff like that. The American military, they'll have you doing some pretty crazy stuff, and you're like, are we seriously doing this in the middle of a war zone? And you're like, yeah, you idiots wanted to do it. Throw the pee bottles over the fence. Now you're gonna risk your life cleaning them up.
I hope you have some bombs, because we only need one more.
I have 0.
Okay, well then we need to go back. I have used so many grenades.
You're only 1 kill short. Just
one kill short. Yeah.
Just one. Just one.
The ultimate community service.
I I don't know. And speaking of ridiculous, the ridiculous things that I have heard out of the military, there was a vet that I used to work with, and way back in the day, up in Sitka, Alaska, and he told me a story of like the colonel. He was in like a special forces group, and he said the colonel one night, as part of a training mission, decided that he was going to take them into town, and they were all going to get drunk, and so they all got like just plastered, and then while they're all completely just out of their minds, he says, okay, now it's time, you've got a drop scheduled over the Nevada desert, get going. And so they had to, like, while completely drunk, go out and do a halo jump over the Nevada desert. And he said
there it is.
He was so drunk that he couldn't even open his chute. He got drugged for like a mile. And when asked why they had to do this, the guy just the colonel just responded like, well, you have to be ready to go at a moment's notice, no matter what condition you're in. And it's just like, holy crap.
Yeah, they're supposed to give you, they're supposed to, I mean, it never happens, but they're supposed to give you a 24-hour detox in between. But the SF dudes, those guys are on the ground sometimes within like 12 hours, especially we had guys that were responding to like South America and stuff, and they were literally from, like you said, in the bar to down in, somewhere in South America within 12, 18 hours. It's absolute insanity how fast those guys have to move.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I just need to re-up my guns real quick.
If you wanted to switch over to an assault weapon, I'm pretty sure I've got enough bombs to get us one more zombie with an explosive.
Yeah, I grabbed some grenades just in case. Yeah, I'm switching over to this.
Oh, well, that's a good call. I should also probably then just switch and put the MGL away.
Yeah.
As much fun as that was.
But I've never used it before. It was actually phenomenal.
We don't have that much time left, so we're not stopping the stream until you've killed that last zombie with an explosive. Like, so if you guys want to stream for another hour, just don't throw another bomb, because I'm not letting this go.
Oh yeah, right. I need 9mm. 1, 2.
I like the fact that you're rounding this out though, because like in my challenge stream, I did everything except this one bounty. You're just doing nothing but this one bounty.
Expensive. It's an expensive bounty.
Oh, it really is. Yeah, because explosives are some of the more expensive things in the game to craft, and you have to go through so many of them because, like you were saying before, zombies often just get knocked down by them, and then you got to hit them again if you want to kill them with the same with an explosive. Ferals is actually the one where you got to kill ferals with explosives is actually the toughest one because they just do not want to die.
No, you got to plague ferals especially. You got to just you got to break the armor off their head and then still hit them with a bunch of explosives for them to die.
Also, I'm sorry. I also have to apologize. I usually take a little more time and prepare so that we aren't streaming just like we did all the way through a night cycle. So, sorry about that.
I make that mistake all the time. I'll be, oh yeah, it's daytime, it'll be lovely, but it's actually like 6 o'clock, and the sun's about to go down, and then we just spend the entire stream in the night.
Yeah. All right. So, I grabbed some grenades as well.
I feel like go ahead.
I was going to say, for me, I played this game for so long that honestly, I don't even notice when it's day or night. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't register whether it's day or night.
Before you shoot, we got to find a special zombie and give him a name for this last kill. Like, we
have to find a special zombie for this?
Yeah, it's got to be some kind of special zombie. You can't just be any old zombie. After 174 kills, you got one left.
I mean, I got Earl right here. We got Earl. We got chat. You guys remember Earl?
Oh no!
Oh no! That's the same thing that happened to. Joe,
he said a special zombie. That means we have to go find a special zombie.
Why does this always happen to Earl, chat?
Plague samples, or plague zombies aren't special zombies. We have to go find a special zombie.
Earl with the dirty feet. No, what happened was, the reason why that's so funny that Joe literally splashed that zombie's brains the second I said that was I found a screamer that I named Earl, and I brought it into my base, and I was like, chat, look, we got Earl! And I brought him into the base, and one of my survivors in the base shot it in the face as I was carrying it. Like, the second I named it, she shot it, and that's exactly what Joe just did. Like, rest in peace, Earl.
You know, Is that a special zombie? No. We gotta find a special zombie. Geoffrey said special zombie.
If I'm home late today, it's my own fault.
Yes. No, but I just want to say thank you again so much, Brian. 1, for being here. 2, for your service, and and especially for everybody out there. Y'all, you get so much love from me. I have so much respect for soldiers and the things that they do. That was not a special zombie.
Well, so much for that.
Yeah, we're not. That's not a
treatment.
special. That's not a special zombie. That's a feral. That's a freak. No. We need a special zombie.
If you're driving around till you find a clown, I think that's not going to work.
No, it's not a clown. It doesn't have to be a clown. You said special zombie, so it could be anything. But these are all normal zombies.
I mean, what do we classify as special?
The underwear guy.
Yeah, he's still pretty rare. He's talking about the Uncle Fester zombie?
Yeah. Well, that guy too. But if anything in whitey tidies would be great. One of the Revolutionary War zombies that people call pirates. That aren't pirates. They're the Revolutionary War zombies.
Oh, what if I signed this up for? This is like when I put somebody's name in the freaking game and then they spend 9 years hitting the randomize button and I feel like I've ruined their life by putting their name in the game.
Except in this case, I'm ruining your life.
Yeah, this is the revenge. This is revenge for Fallout Girl spending years trying to get a Fallout Girl character.
Geoffrey was like, dude, I was 30 minutes away from a nap.
Yeah, he gets to go make all those thumbnails now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, oh man, like, I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm up all late. I'm gonna be up late making thumbnails. Like I gotta get Midjourney to draw me a picture of a pee bottle and and a lighter exploding and yeah.
Oh man, but no, this has been great.
No, I appreciate it. Like I said, it's such an honor, to be invited over to these streams. So like, when I tell you guys, when I first started YouTube, my dream was to, become one of the biggest State of Decay players on the internet, and I wanted to stream with the devs, and I wanted to have a gun in the game name, like that was like my goal, that was like peak success, and to be sitting here, talking with you guys is almost like, as peers, even though I still like fanboy over you guys. But it's just surreal, you know what I mean? It's something that I never, ever expected to actually happen. It was kind of just one of those pipe dreams. To actually be here, it's amazing. And, I thank my community, and I thank you guys for, recognizing me and my community and, giving me this chance to be here. And my community giving me the, supporting me and allowing me to be here. It's dreams come true, it's kind of crazy. As cheesy as that sounds.
Every dev aspires to have people in their community like
we found it.
So you gotta okay.
Oh man.
We got him.
Okay, hold him.
Here comes the bomb.
I took that one for the team.
There you go.
Okay, we've done it. We're over time. We gotta. I mean, you guys can keep driving, but we gotta say our goodbyes. Joe, Brian, thank you so much for providing this hour of entertainment to everybody. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's really humbling to know that when we're so happy to see as many people as watch your stream, when we see all of you coming together. And you engaging with your community, like it's a humbling experience for us, and we're just so glad to have you, Brian, and your community, and everybody else out there. Thank you again. I hope you all have a safe Veterans Day observed, and also a safe Veterans Day. And I'm glad you all came home safe.
No, I appreciate it, brother.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to get out of here. November 20th is our next stream, so come and join us then. We'll see what we can do. Don't have official plans to announce for it yet, but we'll do our best to have some fun guests, have a good time, and we'll see you later. After some time.